Good morning, everybody. I guess some of y'all heard and probably some of y'all didn't. We just lost another dance legend, one of the first incredible street dancers who took street dancing to another level. Don Camelot Jr. just passed today. I was just working out, and then I got a text saying that rest in peace, Don Campbell. So my heart goes out to his family, his sons, his daughters, everybody. I just want to, I don't want to be sad because I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the coronavirus and now this, anybody who know Don, he was incredible. Don Camelot Jr. is the creator of the dance that I do called locking.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Don Camelot Campbell Jr. is who we're going to talk about. That voice you just heard is an original B-boy. This guy right here, I'm known for decades. He's been dedicated to the culture, Heather B, since day one. Hasn't stopped moving since he first started moving when he started off with the Rocksteady crew back in, I want to say, was it the late 80s or early 90s?
90s, man, 1993.
93. It was the 1993 when he first joined the Rocksteady crew. Shout out to the one and only Prince Ken Swift. Give a round of applause when I say these names right now. Of course, shout out to Crazy Legs. Shout out to Mr. Wiggles. Pick it up from there, sir.
Oh, man, Pop Master Fable. You got Pop Master Fable. You got Koreyaki. Come on, man. You got Devious Doze. Come on. You have Burns that was in Rocksteady crew. Man, the list goes on and on, man.
The list
goes on and on with Rocksteady crew.
Turn his pot up for me out. I want to hear him loud. And shout out to this man who from the Rocksteady crew went on to do choreography for the likes and just taking the dance to a whole nother level and doing it right. Sometimes the mainstream appropriate our dance and they do it incorrectly, but he made sure it was done right when he worked with the likes of Wayne Brady, Will Smith, with the likes of Usher. When you saw Usher doing all of these edgy hip-hop moves and you was thinking, damn, Usher really knows his shit. Well, Usher was smart enough to surround himself with people who really knew their shit. Even Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson tapped in on his skill level. It's the one only Flow Master, Beat Boy Flow Master is on the line with us today. Another round of applause. Come on.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Flowmaster, I wanted to put things into perspective. If you go to his Instagram, Flowmaster, Flow Master, the number 73, you'll see this man is dancing every day and inspiring people to move every single day. You'll even see clips of his mom, who's 65 years old, because he teaches martial arts as well, boxing on a body bag and just throwing combinations, 4-punch combinations. Your whole initiative, your whole, what is it called? What is that movement called?
It's called Fight Camp. I'm part of an online boxing workout called Fight Camp that we get into people's houses, and you can work out with all kinds of trainers that we teach you how to box and stay in shape in your own home.
Okay, and so make sure y'all follow him, citizens, especially now during the quarantine. If you need ways to move and you can't pay for a trainer, just look on his Instagram, Flowmaster73. Listen, I want to talk about Don Campbell because when you think of people like Shabba-Doo, who was in breaking, Heather B brought up Fred Berry, the dancer that most people learned about on the TV show Was Happening. But we would see all of these people also on Soul Train. They were all a part of the Lockers, or the Campbell Lock dancers that was created by the one and only Don Camelot Campbell, correct?
Yes, sir, 100%.
And talk to us about who Don Camelot Jr. was and what makes him in this style of dance so important to our evolution as dancers in hip-hop.
Well, Don was on a thing called Soul Train, which everybody knows Soul Train every Saturday morning, and he was trying to do this dance called the Funky Chicken. I don't know if y'all know the Funky Chicken.
I know,
but he couldn't do the Funky Chicken right. Yeah, so he couldn't do the Funky Chicken right, and he ended up coming up with this dance called locking, where he would lock his body. And it really changed the whole game in the street dance and the African-American community when he made up this dance by mistake. And it was a dance that, like, everybody, James Brown to Michael Jackson, everybody gravitated to this dance that he made up by a mistake. And it's crazy how he made this dance by a mistake by trying to do the funky chicken. And I think for us as African Americans, it's incredible how people can come to make up a dance by mistake and everybody gravitated. It just blows my mind how incredible this guy was.
So when you look at the early footage of the Jackson 5, and because he didn't just come with a dance, he came with a style, he came with wardrobe, he came with a presentation. And so when you look at these early videos of the Jackson 5 and little young Michael, and it looked like they doing those locking moves, and you don't know where that came from, their style of dance early on was actually influenced by him, correct?
Yes, sir.
Talk on that.
100%. Well, Don wanted to, the thing that Don's mind was is he wanted to be different. So when he made that dance called locking, he wanted to be different than everybody else. So they wanted to have the bright socks and the baggy pants and the tight shirts with the different colors with the stripes and stuff. So he said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to dress like this. We're going to be different. So when we step on Soul Train, we're going to be different than everybody else. So when everybody saw that, once again, everybody started following him on that, the way he started dressing.
Wow. The facial expressions, the hands, the freezing, the bounce, all these signature moves did they come in a package or things started to evolve as far as you know?
Well, you got to remember the bounce and all that stuff was part of the dances that everybody was doing. The funky chicken and the funky Broadway and all that stuff. The bounce was always there. The bounce always came from the groove. Because you got to remember, before locking even started, they had all the party dances, all the soul dances. So that came part of. He added the soul, the bounce and the soul dance to the lock. You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody keeps saying the bounce when they see lockers bounce. It was like, well, that is part of locking. Well, that wasn't part of locking. That was part of the dance that was already here before locking came. So I just want everybody to understand that because people keep getting that confused.
What are some of the confusions behind locking and then even hip hop? Is locking even considered hip hop dance, or locking is its own thing?
Locking is its own thing because you got to remember, hip hop started from the East Coast. Locking started on the West Coast. So all the music that people would listen to on the West Coast was funk music. So, and then when you go to the East Coast, everything was hip hop music. So everybody keeps getting it confused, keeps saying locking is hip hop. Locking is not hip hop. Locking was done to funk music. Later on, like now, because it's in 2000, everything is getting together. But before, everything was separate. Just like popping. Popping was doing it to funk and soul music as well, but never to hip hop.
So this
that's
is interesting.
Why everybody keeps getting it confused.
And Don Campbell is the one who created locking. Now in the Bay, correct.
Yes, 100%. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, locking had different variations. Like when I was coming up, my partner King Tech, a.k.a. Wiz Tech, was one of the illest poppers in the game, from Northern California. But isn't it a variation called pop locking?
See, and that's the thing. Every time I remember I got into it with Sierra. Me and Sierra got into it because she got the thing. You can do the pop, lock, break down. So I'm like, Sierra, damn it, girl, no. Pop locking, people started calling it pop locking because when you pop, you see people pop their bodies. And then when you see people lock, you see them lock their bodies. So they thought it was the same thing. Popping, because you pop, and locking was a locking, so you put it together. But it was never called pop locking. It's two different dance styles. You got locking and you got popping. And once again, who made that up was the media. Just like the media made that name breakdancing. It was never called breakdancing. It was called b-boying. Breakdancing is something that the media gave us that name.
There you go. You're getting game. This is Flowmaster. If you go on his Instagram, Flowmaster73, citizens, call up if you want to talk with them, 888-742-3345. See, this is a part of our history we're going to keep telling, and we want to make sure we preserve correctly. That's why I called him Heather B. You hear how he breaking this down right
Well,
now?
I have I appreciate it all. Obviously, I'm from that era, so I can appreciate the dancing, all of it. But my question is kind of silly because I remember sitting home in front of my television with my family as a youngster, little girl, and watching Soul Train, and just like, wow, how hard was it for people to get on Soul Train? Because I always wanted to be on Soul Train, but I didn't know what was the process like to even get on there.
Well, I can't really speak too much on that because I wasn't that old, like that old to get on Soul.
No, but didn't you
but
know
I can tell
people?
you this.
No, didn't you know people that were able to get on? That's what I'm asking. Like,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. To me, Dale said it wasn't that hard to get on, but this is the crazy thing that people don't understand. People think you look at all the Soul Train dancers, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're getting paid, oh, they're getting money. Do you understand that they was only getting fried chicken? That's it.
They were
wasn't getting
paying.
no money. They were getting
Oh, my
fried
God.
chicken at the end. So when them guys went out there to go dance, they went out there for two reasons: get the women and fried chicken. That was it.
That was it. So when we
That
saw,
was it, baby.
that's it.
Oh my
so
gosh.
So Fred Berry was getting fried chicken at the end of Soul Train.
Fried chicken. All of them in the beginning were getting fried chicken until they became the lockers. And that's, you just remember, the lockers changed the fate of dancers starting to get paid.
So it was
They
because
Wow.
they were the first.
And this is, yes, go ahead. Sorry.
They were the first like street dance crew to really get paid for their services.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They changed a lot of things for the industry, for a lot of dancers in the industry. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm blown away by that because to your point, and I mean, Sway, you can attest. It's like we sat around here on the East Coast and we just watched and watched. And, I remember the Asian lady with the long hair. I remember certain people I didn't know necessarily who were the lockers or anything like that. But I just remember watching it at home. It was like, oh my gosh, Soul Train is on Soul Train. And we would try to do some of the dances and stuff. I had no idea that it was for a chicken sandwich. Like,
For chicken sandwich. And then you was watching Soul Train in the 80s. I think you missed the Soul Train in the 70s because remember, Don didn't really like Caucasian people that much. Not too many people that was Caucasian that could get on his show. We just remember that. But when the disco area came in the 80s, that's when all nationalities and all kinds of race started coming on. That's when everything started.
Okay,
to change.
yes, yeah, okay, all right, you're right. Then I guess I was watching then.
The
Okay.
80s, yeah.
In the 80s, yeah.
And the 80s was still good now. Hold on now. The 80s was still rocking.
Okay.
80s was still rocking. We got Flowmaster on here, and we're talking about the life and legacy
Giving us game.
of Don Campbell Lock Campbell, the creator of locking. When the lockers start getting together and just really making the dance travel worldwide, they were on shows like the Carol. I remember seeing Carol Burnett dressed up in the locker uniform, locking with the lockers. I remember them going on Johnny Carson as a kid. Like when you would see them on Soul Train and you would see them perform with Sammy Davis Jr. or you see something like a Frank Sinatra or Bill Cosby. You see them doing all of these platforms. It was so inspirational to us. And Toni, does she get enough credit for her role in history, do you think?
Toni, you mean Toni Basil?
Yeah, Basil.
Yeah, Toni.
Wait, are you
this is what
Mickey?
people don't understand about. Yeah, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Yes, oh, yeah. So this is what people don't understand, and I'm going to give Toni credit because people don't give her credit. If it wasn't for Toni, the lockers would never been the lockers. Do you understand that?
Okay.
These are guys who was chasing women, going crazy. They didn't have no idea of how to become a crew. Toni Basil is the one that picked all the guys out and made them a crew and called them the lockers. Because remember, before it was called the Campbell Lock. But they couldn't call themselves the Campbell Locker because somebody already had that name. So Toni Basil said, we're going to call us the Lockers. And she picked out every person in the crew and made them the Lockers. So she is responsible because of all the Lockers.
Wow.
If it wasn't for her, we would have never known anything about Don's dance.
Toni Basil, man,
That's crazy.
We got people on the line real quick, and we're talking about the life and legacy of Don Campbell Lock Campbell. We got Shay Boogie in New York. Shay Boogie, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, Shay.
I'm good, Sway. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed, man. Go ahead. You want to
Oh,
speak?
man. Yeah, what a pleasure, man. I just wanted to send all showers and love and, much respect to the brother, Mr. Campbell and everything, Campbell. And, I came up in that day, man. I was a dancer, break dancing, electric boogieing, doing it all. I'm a singer right now. I'm a producer and singer, I do music. So definitely, well respected. I watch a lot of Soul Train, watch a lot of Fred Berry. So I just wanted to send much respect, to the brother. And, God bless.
Absolutely. How just seeing them on TV back then, man. How did that impact you?
It was incredible, man. Just watching whether it's Fred, the Lockers, man. I mean, even the Harlem Globetrotters, man. Look at Curly that died the other day. You know what I mean? Like they, everything was so symbolic and just choreographed, and it was amazing. I'm a Michael Jackson idol, man. That's my dude. So that's why I get the name Boogie from, because I used to battle people and burn people in the streets. Just let your boogie in. Whatever moves that I incorporated and I would invent. And it was just incredible movement, man. I mean, even still now, that's what's missing,
Well, thank you, Shay Boogie. You should follow Flowmaster73 on Instagram. It ain't missing, man. It's alive and well, and he's one of the people out in the forefront of it, man. We got you're a citizen too, Shay Boogie.
Sway in the morning.
Candace, good morning. How are you?
Hi, Candace.
Good morning, Sway. How you doing?
Doing well. Say hello to Flowmaster.
Hello, Flowmaster. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Thank you for
I
asking.
hope you're battling it out with this coronavirus.
All good.
Corona. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to throw everybody off, but I just wanted to say rest in peace to Mr. Campbell because I got to meet him one time. My business partner is Leland Ferguson. Mm-hmm. Leland Ferguson he is the hype of the Soul Train line. If you look him up, he's been on Soul Train line about 80,000 times. He got more hits on there for I don't know how many, but I got to meet him through Leland. And Leland, I'm not trying to throw everybody off, but I just want to say that Mr. Ferguson, the Soul Train line, they only got chicken. He told me a bunch of times that he just wanted to go dance. That was it. He didn't care about nothing about getting paid or anything. It was just about dancing with Soul Train. And him being my business partner now, we danced till we just can't dance no more. And I miss popping. I miss locking. I miss all that. I wish it'd come back. I wish they'd bring it back and make it hard as hell. It just needs to come back. It needs to come back.
Well, thank
We're
you,
working on
Candace.
it, baby. We're working on it.
They working on it.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that all my cousins are the Pasadena Poppers. They were all the Pasadena Poppers. They made a lot of money, did a bunch of shows, and they're just awesome and great. And I just want to give a shout out to everybody. And if I can, Sway, can I please give a shout out to my company, Slaughter Banks Productions?
You just did it, girl. I see you, Candace. Say it again.
Thank you. Slaughter Banks Productions, that's us. We're trying to do big things. No, my partner, Leland, he's a very good partner, and we're just trying to do big things. Thank you.
All right, you're a citizen, Candace.
A Sway in the morning.
Thank you.
Wow, man. Flowmaster is here. This is incredible. We're going to post this on Sway's Universe. I just wanted to give people a taste. This is such important history, and then you hear these stories that are unfolding right now, and you may not even realize how a Don Campbell lock might have impacted your life, if not yours, your parents' life for sure. And, I've had a chance to host Just the Boo dance competition in Paris, Battle of the Year in France, all these different Beat Boy Summit, all these different Rocksteady Anniversary, Zulu Nation, all these different platforms where they do highlight the different styles of dance, including locking. Correct, Flo?
Yes, sir. Man, locking is a big, especially Just the Boo. Oh, my God. It's like a football stadium, and everybody, it is packed in there. Like, crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Bruce and the whole crew, man. They just been upholding. It's just interesting to see how other places around the world really uphold the traditions that started right here, and they do it with such care and such respect. If you ever get a chance to go to Just the Boo, it's closed down now, I think, because of because of what the whole world is going through with this pandemic. But look it up, man. That's where the twins, the twins that people saw dancing with Beyonce, that's really where their rise to fame came from, performing in that competition. And Flowmaster, what's next for you, bro?
Man, just raising my kids, man. Just raising my kids. Like I was telling everybody was like, when you gonna go back on the road? I said never. My kids is my responsibility now. So everything I do in life now is to raise them and make sure they go on the right route.
Okay.
Flowmaster, quick question for thee.
Yes,
How is it seeing all of these dance challenges on TikTok? Are you participating in them? Does it excite
everybody
you to
keeps
see
telling
this
me,
culture
"So, get on the
spreading?
TikTok. Get on the TikTok." I am a kind of person, I don't want to jump on the wagon because everybody else is doing it. To me, I think to change the game and to be original, do something that you want to do. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it. Eventually, will have to get on TikTok because that's where everybody's going. Usher's on TikTok now. I'm seeing him with his kids. Will Smith is on TikTok. Kevin Hart's on TikTok. Everybody's going to TikTok. So eventually, I might go on there, but I just don't want to go on there because everybody else is doing it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Don Campbell Locke Campbell Jr., rest in power. We're going to make sure we keep the legacy alive and keep talking to people about it. Make sure you follow my man Flowmaster73 on Instagram. I appreciate you calling in, man. I know we woke you up. I hope we did this conversation justice.
Yeah, I hope we did too, man. Just Don. Don was a good person. He changed the game for a lot of street dancers. I know a lot of dancers out here don't even know who Don is, but Don is responsible for the reason why we're getting paid and why a lot of stuff has changed in the industry for dancers.
Okay, thank you, man. And then Don actually made a song called The Campbell Lock. We're going to play that song right now on Sway in the Morning. We got